Everyone to ET Talks. We're very blessed right now because we just had an ET Talk last week and you have another amazing ET Talk this week. So we are ramping up for the holidays. And we have a wonderful guest that will be joining us very shortly, who is Julie Worden. I will wait to introduce her, but you want to be around for her because she's going to show us something you guys probably haven't seen before. So it was amazing. Diann and I had a great time talking to her about this session, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. This is going to be one of your more fun sessions, your more fun guest speakers. Okay, so definitely stay around for that. And feel free to jump on the Zoom if you would like to, because after Julie is done with her part of the presentation, then we give you the opportunity to join us into the Zoom and you can ask questions. So we make it a little family atmosphere, more casual for you, but more interactive. So that's always a choice for you as well. And that link should be posted in our Facebook group. All right, well, Diann, I will turn it over to you for now.
Okay. All right. Since we're waiting, I thought I would throw in a few things. I don't want you to miss out on our Be Counted for ET. This is a worldwide program that we're doing. And anybody who has ET, we beg you, we want you to join us. All you have to do is just put your name and email and all, where you're from, and you're going to be counted. We have a counting system, and we're up to 38,000, but we know there's a lot more of you out there. So you go to the website, DiannShaddoxFoundation.org, and look for the Be Counted. And go ahead and join us. It's not going to hurt you. We're not going to overwhelm you with any of the stuff. So that is one thing I want to push. And today, voice tremors are going. So the other thing is we want to let you know that December the 16th, we have a special Happy Holidays ET celebration, and it is our giveaway program. And that is going to be our ET Talks, December the 16th, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And that is another one that's going to be fun, because what we're going to do is during the talk, we're going to give away gifts. Now, right now, it's a few books, and there's a lot of other things, maybe t-shirts and other stuff that'll be fun for you to get. So go register. You want to join us on the Zoom to be eligible for all the giveaways.
And cross your fingers real hard, because if the stars align properly, I might be sitting next to Diann.
Oh my goodness, that'll be amazing. So
if she'll have me.
She's looking into that in December. And we also have our new Hope Begins With You fundraiser. And that is gearing up right now. If you're able to donate, whatever you can give, please give. Go check us out, see what's going on. And it's on, again, the website under donate. So that is happening. Let's see. And we've got a lot of more ET talks going.
Yes, we have a new partner that, do you want to announce?
Well, we haven't got it settled.
Oh. Next time. You might hear about it at the Christmas party. Okay, yes. Good. All right.
Yeah,
but we almost have a new partner. So yes, it'll be right.
Well, technically we do, but and they've got a lot of information they want to give out. Yes. So please watch for that.
Here's our special guest. Yes. Welcome, Julie. Oh, see, probably still joining. Can you hear us? Oh, working on headphones. Okay. Let us know if you can hear us.
I can hear you. I'm putting on microphone to be clear.
Okay, perfect. Okay. All right. Well, we'll let you get settled and then I will introduce you. So, All right.
Okay.
All
Can you hear
right.
me now?
Yes, perfect. Okay.
Hear you, see you, everything.
That's
Forgive my Halloween. Halloween is big in my house. So
Yeah,
it was
that's
just
great.
Halloween
That's
everything.
awesome.
Very festive. Festive is good. Festive is good. All right, everyone. Well, let me introduce to you Julie Worden. She is a teacher with Dance for PD and the Muhammad Ali Foundation. She is a global ambassador with the PMD Alliance, where you can find her classes, Moving the Chi with PD and Tranquilidad de Espíritu in both English and Spanish. She is an advocate for Parkinson's disease, leading events internationally for PD awareness. She was a dancer with the Mark Morris Dance Group for 18 years and lives in Brooklyn, New York. And we are so excited because we have talked to her about sharing all the wonderful things that she's been doing for PD with our essential tremor population. So we are so delighted to have you here, Julie. Welcome, and we'll go ahead and give you the floor here.
Thank you so much, Dr. LaBelle, and thank you, Diann. And thank you for joining today. I'm going to unspotlight myself because I like to see everybody else.
Okay.
More interesting for me.
Okay.
But
Okay.
you can spotlight me.
Oh, okay.
So yes, I was a dancer for a long time, 20 years professionally, and then taught dance for PD now for 14 years with the Parkinson's community. And within that time, ironically, I got diagnosed with essential tremor. So it was one of those, like I went to the endocrinologist. I said, "You're kidding me. I've been working with Parkinson's. Like, do I have Parkinson's?" And so he gave me the diagnosis. So I live with it and I deal with it. And it's only made my teaching better because I have to learn firsthand, unfortunately. So my mom also has essential tremor, so I'm familiar with how it rears its head in our lives. I think the first time I really gave it some notice was I have a daughter here in New York, and I volunteered to help with the makeup at some circus thing she was doing. And they said, "Oh, I'm thinking just like a little blush, some lipstick, something simple." And they said, "Can you put a spider web on this girl's face?" And I was like, I started to do it and I lost it. And I got so stressed out putting these lines and details on this, and then I realized there's something that I need to address. And, it's one of those social situations where one of the moms said, "Oh, too much coffee this morning," or "Do you need another drink?" Or, that kind of social stuff that's really unfortunate and embarrassing. And so working through that is a big part of what we do, right? And so what I find is that the physical work that I do in my teaching helps this tremendously. It's a mind, body, spirit integration. So the way I teach is I include movements of Tai Chi that are not traditional. So for the Parkinson's people specifically, to move very, very slowly in a traditional way, to take 10 minutes to take that first step isn't going to work. So what I find is if we can do it in a more fluid, flow-like manner with music, and in ways that you don't have to memorize sequences, you can just follow. I find that very helpful and very helpful to me as well. So when the shakes are happening, I just let them happen. And then over the course of the practice of Tai Chi, you start to kind of not notice them anymore. And it comes from the respiration. It comes from connecting the breath with the movement. That also affects your postural stance. So it's actually a very core building, strengthening. Spinal alignment is easier. You find walking is easier because I know for me, I feel the tremors in my eyelids and my legs, and I'll trip on stairs, that kind of stuff. So with Tai Chi as a practice, I feel like you negotiate the waters of confusion in your gait and things that are tricky because you've practiced it. And you can go back into that body memory of what it feels like to be centered and to be in equilibrium. So, and tell me if I'm just going to keep talking until you raise
You're
a hand.
perfect.
Okay. So I got into Tai Chi because my grandmother, who lived to 99, bless her, was doing Tai Chi. And then my father, who's nearing 80, is a fly fisherman. And he doesn't want to slip in the river on the rocks. So it's like, wow, my mom's doing this stuff. Maybe I should try it. And then he's doing it. And I realized I have all these broken joints from dance injuries. And I said, well, I should be doing it too. So it's been kind of passed down into my life in this flow-like manner. So it's not the agonizingly slow Tai Chi. And my father's also was in pain management. So he would say motion is lotion. And to me, that's everything for us, right? So any movement disorder, if we move it, so that's why I call it moving the chi, which is your life force, moving the chi, stirring things up, your organs, your respiration, your nervous system, anything that we can get moving is going to help us. And so I find some people like boxing, some people like dancing, some people like the Tai Chi. Not everything is for every person dealing with these challenges. So I like to offer different approaches. I like to give people options, right? So the Tai Chi is an option, and it might seem like it's bewildering and a little bit hard to attain when you go to these masters and it's so strict. So the way that we do it is more like a dance, and it's more fluid. So that's connecting the breath with the body and the mind. The neural pathways are also invigorated to try something new in a different way. So that's always good for us. What else can I say about the Tai Chi? You can do it seated. So I do half the class in a chair and half the class as an option to stand, but you can do either. And depending on the day, some of my people, sometimes they don't want to stand, they're seated, and you can get so much out of it. For instance, like floating your knee off the ground with just your hands, like almost like a marionette, like your knee comes up with your hands. Something like that is very satisfying in the chair. You almost feel like you're out in no gravity. So you can do a lot of stuff in the chair as well. So there's a lot of different ways we can practice together. And I like to bring music that people know that also calms the nervous system down. I think a lot of what I teach is basically about the nervous system. So calming down the stress arousal system and bringing back up the parasympathetic system so that we can get rid of that stress, that kind of that cobra-like feeling when things are arising and getting out of balance. That's the Tai Chi portion. If you have any questions on that, we can address that before I would go into the other aspects of what I do, but I can keep talking. It's up to you.
No, I love what you said, Julie. And I just wanted to add, I love that you're focusing on the energy side because, when we are studying ET in the brain, we see that the energy patterns that the cells are talking to each other is disrupted, right? And so something like Tai Chi can begin to restore that. And even, we see that with deep brain stimulation, right? When I put in leads, we can restore that energy, but you can actually help to provide this without having to have brain surgery, which is amazing. So I love that you focus on that. And I think the activation of the parasympathetic nervous system is so, so important too. And not a lot of people talk about that, but I think most of the people that I see in the world are highly overactive of their fight or flight system, right? And so I think everyone can benefit from this, but especially the research has showed that when we can activate parasympathetic, we can really begin to slow down some of those symptoms. So I think that's amazing.
Well, the other thing is, Darlene, we've seen it.
Mhm.
Essential tremor and anxiety are are partners in the whole thing. And the thing is, I think anxiety as much as anything that just makes it kind of cyclical. And so this will help to calm down that anxiety.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Julie, is there a specific move that you could walk us through right now if anybody would like to do that move?
Oh, sure. Well, we can stay seated.
Okay.
Let me just adjust my camera so you can see me. So, sorry, there's a spider over here.
I love your chair.
That's
Oh, my chair. It's actually very good for my spine, this chair.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So I'd like to start with the breath because I do think that's the first and foremost thing. So I think of adding a little air right underneath your shoulders. And exhale. And let your breath lift your arms. So there's boneless arms, just levitating a little bit and then relax down. So as if there were breezes under your elbows,
Mhm.
your inhalation brings the arms up without bones, without muscles, and then you relax, exhale down. So breezes under the elbows, all the way up to the ceiling, nice big breath in, and then as you exhale, they just float down boneless. And then come to your shoulders. So just up at the shoulder level, floating the elbows and exhale down. And we always bookend this with a gather around the horizon. So you use your eyes and everything into your heart. Inhale to your heart and settle, exhale into the earth, like your feet are digging into the mud. So gather around. It's important to feel both the lightness going in this direction above your head, and then as you sink, feeling your heels into the ground. So one of my favorite teachers talks about where you are in a Tai Chi stance, that you would be as if you were standing on a boat, which is great because I grew up in Florida as well. So I've been on a lot of boats. So when you're on a boat, you're not locked and you're here. You're ready for anything, right? For your balance. So this Tai Chi is based on that idea. So let's step to the corner with one foot and then settle back and relax back. As we do that, you can push with your heels of your hand and the heels of your foot and then settle back. Exhale. So it's a circular movement. Inhale. Exhale back. Inhale. Exhale back. And this is that great floating moment. Float that foot back to center. We can do this in the chair and then step to your other corner. So it's simple. And then settle back. Circular movement. Heels of the hand, heel of the foot in the ground and settle back. And then gather around the horizon. Inhale to your heart and exhale. So stay where you are, but just to demonstrate, I would bring that to standing, where you can do the same movement. And this is getting you to be able to change your weight in a more balanced sort of, like you're driving the boat, right? You're driving your own body. So you step to the corner and then you settle back. So the same movement could be done standing, and you see how that will change the effect in your feet and your gait so that you're ready, that boat-like stance, you're ready for any movement to happen.
Awesome.
That's
Yeah,
amazing. Anybody that did that, I want to hear from you. Let me hear from you, because I was doing it with you, Julie, and it was just so peaceful, and just like this sense of calm was really powerful in that. So I encourage you, if you guys weren't doing that actively with Julie, after this is over, go back, rewind, and do those movements, and let us know how you feel after that. Because man, it was a great experience for me. I loved it.
Oh, good. Yeah, so I do it. I like to do it when the we're turning into winter, but when the weather is nice, I bring my friend out to Battery Park. The Statue of Liberty is behind us,
Oh,
and we do it we do Tai Chi in Battery Park, which there's a lot of Mandarin community that does that as well. So there's a lot of people doing Tai Chi, and the people that pass us, the tourists going to the Statue of Liberty, everybody they just have these huge smiles on their faces. I feel like it affects that calmness and the breathing and the fluidity of the movement affects everyone around us in a really positive way. So it's great to do on the grass. I like it better than on a floor, but we do what we can. But it does have that kind of that drop in the water, kind of like reflective
Full effect. Yeah.
ripples.
Yes. Ripple effect. Thank you. Yes.
Do they ever stop and join you?
I've had people say they want to, not much. I mean, everybody's got an agenda here in New York, so they have somewhere they're going all the time, which is kind of why they're startled that we actually slow down a little bit, you know. But slowing down is so much of what we're dealing with, ET, right? So taking the moment to allow the breath to come through the body and then allow the movement to come through the body, despite whatever challenges we're dealing with, they're going to still happen. So what
Yep.
I feel is that, you know, that you're still going to be hit with I call it the pigeons. You know, you're still hitting with the pigeons are still hitting, but it's how you deal with it with grace, how you react to it with grace. And this practice is a lot about that, is reacting to life in a graceful way.
Sadly, I have too much stuff in front of me to be able to do it the way I want it. But I could see going back to this and getting my exercise ball out and sitting on that.
Oh, that would be really intense. I'll just be honest, that would be really challenging.
Because the balance,
Get a
Yeah.
core workout at the same time.
right?
Yeah, that's really intense.
Yeah.
Good for you though. I love the idea.
That's my biggest challenge is balance. It's really killing me right now. And you're talking to somebody who used to be on toe shoes.
Oh, see, I know we have to learn these things. Like, I mean, it's kind of crazy that we're wired up to, you know, learn these things firsthand and have to, but yeah, me too. So I'm going for toe surgery soon, I think. But
Oh,
I'm trying to avoid it. But I'm like, the guy said he's going to fuse my toe and
ouch.
it won't work as a toe anymore. And I'm like, so I'm looking at other options, but I'm like, he said, just how long are you going to do this thing that you're doing, which is teaching dance? And well, I kind of thought I was going to do it for a while.
Till I'm in the ground?
Yeah. He's like, no, we're going to fuse your toe and then you can't. I said, no, okay, sorry. Something else. I'll figure something else out.
Yeah.
So yeah, figuring those things out. And that will lead me into, if it's okay to go into the next portion of
Absolutely.
the
Yes.
laughter. So this is a hard sell. I'm actually certified as a laughter yoga instructor. There's a guy named Dr. Madan Kataria. He's a Western doctor in India who started this about 25 years ago in Mumbai with a couple of people as an experiment, that laughter as an exercise, incorporating yogic respiration with the laughter. And it has huge amount of benefits for all sorts of people. And there are laughter clubs at any given hour of the day. You can join them and laugh with people in Malaysia and anywhere. So his name is Dr. Madan, Madan, Kataria, Kataria. So I during COVID, I got certified in yet one more thing, and it was laughter yoga. So he made us laugh for 1 minute for world peace every day as part of the training, which was sort of ridiculous. And it's really hard to sell this because life is hard, right? And I don't feel like laughing. I don't want to generate like, and he's got this huge bald head and he comes right up to the camera and he says, I don't feel like laughing. Ha ha ha. Oh, and he's not funny at all. So none of it is based on humor. It's based on laughter as an exercise, as a practice. So we do some silly things that are very childlike because children laugh a couple hundred times a day, and adults, we just don't do that. And it generates so much oxygen to the brain, endorphins through the body. We're exercising the diaphragm in a very helpful way that's important for us with our voices and everything. It gives plasticity to the muscles of the face and all kinds of wonderful things. And it obviously it lifts your mood, so you just feel better. But it's a hard sell. You have to force it. So we do, and I'll do this with you. We do exercises that get us going, and you have to fake it until you make it. And then you laugh. And then I have to tell my neighbors all know it. There's one I was telling Diann, I did this moving the chi with PD for PMD Alliance, who I'm an ambassador for. And one of the guys in the class is, I tell everybody put their sound on so I can hear them laughing. And he's full on belly laugh. And he says to his son, he yells, no, it's okay. It's a class. I'm supposed to be doing this. And it made us laugh even more because it is a hard sell. And what I do think about the laughter is both physical, but it's also about resilience. And I think it's so important with movement disorders to have resilience, physical and emotional resilience, right? So we talked about the resilience of like, if you're stuck or if your balance is off, how you can practice through the Tai Chi. Resilience and emotionally is incredibly important. And my example for this is, it was Thanksgiving and I missed ordering a turkey in time. So I got this huge turkey, the only one left at the market. It was like massive turkey. I stick it in the oven, cooked beautifully, but right at the end, when it was done, I pulled it out, my oven died. Like, right, like timing was amazing. And so I said,
Turkey killed it.
The turkey killed my oven. And I had all these people coming over and I had to do the veg on the stove. I had to rethink everything, you know.
Oh my
But
God.
but I laughed so hard and it was so relieving. Is like, what am I gonna do? It's the things that are out of our control. What are you gonna do about it, right? So laughing as an exercise is a helpful way. I'm looking for a pen. Oh, here. So here's a lovely trick. This is the brain can be tricked, right? So if we put a pencil or something between our teeth laterally, right, it gets the facial muscles into a smiling position.
Yeah.
That actually tricks the brain into thinking you're happy, even if you're not. So I like to do this, like making a cup of coffee in the morning. You go and get the cup of coffee and you walk around. It feels ridiculous, but it's easier than trying to smile because you don't want to smile. If you're grumpy, it makes sense. Okay, you just put this, you get your coffee. What the actual signals to the brain are generating a feeling of happiness.
Unless there's somebody who always misplaces their pens and sticks it in their mouth anyway.
Well, then that makes you laugh and that works anyways, right? As long as you're
They can
laughing.
all tell you I laugh very easily.
As long as you're smiling. So I think I covered some of the benefits. You want to try a little bit of laughter?
Let's
together?
do it. Yes.
Okay. So what I talk about is we move the hands in the face, like as if you could chew with the face, as if you could chew with your eyes and your nose and your ears. So we're plasticizing the face a little bit. And then bring your hands to your lower back. And inhale. This again, this is all about respiration. So you inhale deeply and with a very deep then bring your arms to your belly. Inhale. As if the sound is coming right between your hands. Diann's already laughing. And then up to your diaphragm. Inhale here. Nice and wide with the ribs. And then a ha. And to the chest. Inhale here. And then over the head, very tall, ridiculous, saccharine, high pitched. Relax here. And then we inhale. So part of it is incorporating the breath work and you exhale. Okay. So I have one of those old lawn mowers. It's rusty, the ones that you pull with a string, right? So my laughter is going to generate the motor. So I need you to do this with me. Okay. Yeah. So we're going to take that string and we're going to start it. And our laughter is going to start the motor.
Oh.
Not functioning. That's not working. And then let it rip. You gotta fake it till you make it. And then stop. We'll try the other side. It's not functioning. It's not working. And then let it rip. Yeah. Inhale, exhale. So sometimes my head needs a cleaning. So I like to call this, we use dental floss. This is mental floss. Take the floss, put it over your head. And we're going to clean the brain. Mental floss. I need a cleaner brain. In all the directions. And use the A-E sound. And then we say, good one, yay. Dr. Kataria, he wants us to congratulate ourselves like children.
Great.
So we say, good one, yay. Good one, yay. We inhale and exhale. The respiration part is the most important part, is how you can feel it run through your whole body, right? All the cells are alive, they're activated in a certain way. So the yogic respiration is a very important part of the silliness of laughing. But yes, he's amazing, and there's so many different little silly exercises that seem childish. And I've done talks at Cornell and Mount Sinai too, where they're like, I'm not gonna laugh. And then I have pictures of them like throwing their hands up, and you just can't help it. It's also contagious.
Yeah.
So Dr. Lidbell, you know this about mirror neurons.
Yeah.
So important. And we kind of forget that. So this is a tribal experience. Like the more we can do it together, it's better in person. It's better with a group of people. That's why I like the voices. I make people bring their sound on, because I actually had one of those Zoom moments, my sound went off, and I teach with the Muhammad Ali Foundation twice a week. I've known them for years. I've never met them. I get to meet them next month. I'm so excited. But I've taught right here in my house to these people for 3 years, and they're used to doing what we call 1 minute for world peace, and we laugh for full minutes. It's sustained laughter. It's long time, so you can feel it, energizing your whole system. And they're so used to doing it like a vitamin that when my internet went out, I was gone, but I came back and they kept going.
Oh, wow.
Like a full minute. And I was like, that's it. I'm done. That's great. That was so special to me. So it feeds itself. It's a hard sell. It's hard to do. But when you do it with other people and we generate it together, and you can join these clubs and do it with Dr. Kataria or these ladies in Malaysia that wear like crazy hats and stuff. It's
fun.
You're part of something. You're part of a bigger world, and it's risk-free. You can't hurt yourself doing this, so why not? I say, why not try it?
Yeah.
It's interesting. I don't know if you realize this, but you're doing a vocal warm-up. I was a music education voice major. And what you just did was a vocal warm-up. What we used quite often, because laughter gets you the I-E-O-O.
Yes.
And to get your diaphragm engaged. So it's excellent. It's excellent.
Yeah. So I do actually use a vocal warm-up that's simpler. I'm just giving examples today.
Sure.
But we can do it. So I do it. It's the vowel sounds. I do it in Spanish too. I have to get the right English version. Okay, so it's ah is very wide. From your heart. E, like a string bean. I, stretching the face. I. O, feeling the bottom of the O, and ooh, right into the heels.
Awesome.
We do it standing as well. And I also have them yell it. So for Parkinson's, the voice is affected. I think it is with ET as well. Because I know my language gets messed up. So we don't give enough attention to that, because we can kind of get by, I think, but it's definitely, everything is vibrating, right? So when I have them yell, ah, a, e, like this, and then we do a tranquil version. Ah, a, it's like a massage, an internal massage. And the laughter is also like an internal massage, like a jogging of the organs. It's like you're taking them on a little ride. And they need to move. So the whole point of what I'm bringing up today is moving the chi, moving your life force, moving your internal organs, your whole system as a whole, as a holistic idea. And medication is important too, and all the surgeries are important, but what we can do every day is hugely beneficial.
And there are no side effects.
And
No,
yeah, right. There's no
only
risk in
good.
laughing. Well, yeah, my neighbors know. You just have to tell your neighbors, I'm in a class. Yeah.
Gosh. So while we were doing that, Julie, my two dogs came in and they're like, "What is wrong with you, Mom?" Are you okay? Do you need a doctor?
Are you okay?
So yeah, you know what though? Like, I think as a society, we're so concerned about what other people think about what we're doing and this sort of thing. And like, this forces you to, like, if we participate, it forces us to shed that, right? Like, just shed it. And that is incredibly freeing. And so I love that you brought up mirror neurons too. And I do want to encourage everybody, if you're not ready to participate, okay, well, one, you can watch the replay and then nobody's watching you, so don't worry about that. But you can actually just go back and watch Julie do that again. And it will actually trick your brain too, just like the pen trick tricks your brain into thinking you're smiling. It'll trick your brain into thinking you're laughing. This is why we yawn when we see someone else yawn. It's your mirror neurons, okay? So it's very similar. So you can actually get a benefit even if you don't laugh, but I can promise you, and you can probably attest to this, Julie, with your clients, if you watch this enough times, I don't think there's any way you're not going to be laughing after a few times, because your brain's going to be thinking, oh, well, this is what I'm supposed to do, and it's going to go ahead and do it. So
it's the monkey thing too. So monkeys smile at each other to let them know that they trust them.
Yeah.
So this, like when monkeys like smile in the forest, that comes from that, that's like, I know I'm safe with you. You're not going to take my family and my coconuts or whatever, they smile, that's where smiling. So it comes from, it's so tribal, it's so basic, but we don't really talk about it very much. And we're so caught up in our worlds that it's very hard to let go to smile. So like you said, if you don't feel like doing it, that's one of my favorites is, I don't feel like laughing, and you go from you go all the way down into the yucky feelings. And then you're starting laughing already. And then there's nowhere else to go. You have to go up,
That's great.
Well, and the other thing is you become vulnerable when you do this.
Yep.
You're not shielded when you're laughing.
That's a good, yes. It opens your heart. Yeah. Which is scary. It can be scary.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a really good point. Thank you for
Thank you.
that.
Awesome.
Julie,
Yes,
Diann and I would like to invite you to Peter Luger's the next time we're in the city.
I've never been.
It's absolutely one of my favorite restaurants in the world. And I think you would really enjoy it. So
well, I would love to
we don't
meet
have
you
any
both.
plans. We don't have plans currently to be in the city, but the next time we're there, dinner will be on us.
If you can eat,
That's
you'll be laughing too much.
Oh yeah, right. We'll be laughing too
figure
much.
it out. I mean, hell, we'll make the whole restaurant laugh.
There you go.
It's good.
I've also, thank you so much, Mandy. I appreciate that. And I will take you up on it. I'd love to just meet you anyways. My parents are in Naples. I'm going there next month.
That's
We used to live in Bonita Springs.
Oh, really? You were in Bonita?
Yeah.
Oh, I love Bonita Springs. It's changed so
We
much.
lived there 12 years and it was great. Absolutely great.
It was a cool place. I think it's gotten a little fancy, but I still like it. It's still off the map.
Well,
Uh,
Darlene's
we
down
we
there in
were we
Florida.
were on the fancy side. We lived in Bonita Bay, so we had a good time there.
That's good.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. We lived in New York, or he worked in New York too. So we've been there.
Yeah, I worked at 165 Broadway at Merrill Lynch for
Oh, down there. Wow.
yeah, down
I,
there.
I spend a
Great
lot of
area.
time down there. Yeah,
In the
it's still
horror
really
zone.
cool. Yeah, but those buildings are still really beautiful. The architecture is beautiful down there. There is a lot of politics going on right now, but ultimately that's still the old New York. It's still got its juju, you know.
And we have a lot of ETers in New York.
Yes, we
Oh.
do.
We do.
And yeah, in the whole area too. So that's one of, I think, our biggest
It is.
population is that
It is.
area in the US.
So
That
we can have another chat about that, but I'd love to do something in person, get people. So I did laughter in Central Park too.
Yeah.
I got some friends together, both with Parkinson's and then teachers who work with the Parkinson's community, and then just some friends, and we all wore weird hats. It was freezing. It was February. It was so cold. And we're full on laughing, like with our arms outstretched, and everybody around us were just like, they lost it. And, they didn't judge us because New York people don't judge you. They just went, wow, look at that, that's great. So doing it together, anything you want to do here in person,
Yeah.
I'm game for it, because I do think
that's awesome.
we need each other to do it together.
That sounds great. Now, let's get into this. You're going to do sessions, shorter. So
So I
three,
think, I think that was our idea, right? To
Yeah.
do them separately. So Tai Chi session and a laughter session and a dance. I don't have to explain dance. I mean, that's pretty, yeah, I think that would be a good
Yeah.
intro,
so
and see
we,
how, if people can have the recording and use some of it in their daily lives too, that would be helpful, right?
yes.
How do you deal with the balance issues with the dance?
The Tai Chi helps a lot. Slowing down, and actually
Mhm.
for me, because I'm in a city, it's good to get in the grass, just stand in the grass. One of my teachers said, like, if you don't stand in the grass and like connect with the earth every day, it's a very spiritual feeling, but it can be very simple, like just find a little patch of grass. And I like to put the sun on my third eye and my feet in the grass.
And your shoes off?
Yeah, if it's warm enough, I do, yes.
Yeah.
But
Right
there's
now, I'm
not a
not
lot
doing.
of grass in Brooklyn.
No.
Oh, well, I live in Carroll Gardens. It's an old Italian neighborhood, so it does have some grass.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a lot old mafioso neighborhood. There's a lot of gardens around. Yeah, but
Cool.
I think if you just have that, it's about taking making the commitment to that time to connect with the earth and allowing your head to float with the sky. One of my teachers also said, it's hard to find the crown of the head,
Hmm.
right? So we often think it's a little further forward, but if you touch the top of your head, like this kind of tender stuff, we want to go further back than that. Right behind that is where the crown of the head is. And if you can think of a thread connecting you to the clouds and your feet connecting you into the mud, and you take just a couple of breaths, I think that changes your whole nervous system and how you negotiate balance problems in a simple way.
Mhm. That's interesting.
Yeah.
All these little
But it's not
tidbits.
that hard to achieve, right? It's not too crazy conceptual. It's pretty basic, but and that feeling of the boat. I love the idea of like the feeling of
great.
how you would be on a boat.
Yeah.
You don't lock your knees, that's for dang sure. And you don't plant your feet either.
No, and you don't think about it.
Right.
Mhm.
You have to pay attention to what you're doing.
So you're more connected, you're more conscious to
Yes.
yes, that's really important.
Unless
Yeah.
you want to go overboard, but maybe some people do.
Let's not do that.
It's your choice.
Oh,
I know I'm nuts.
You want to do we have some people? who
yeah, we
might
do
wanna-
have some folks. So if you're on the Zoom and you want to come up and ask Julie questions or ask any questions at all or share some of your
Mhm.
experience, we had some folks do that last week. You're going to get an invitation to be a panelist. You do not have to accept the invitation, but it is your choice if you would like to do that. And if you're in the Facebook group, you can jump on the Zoom because we've got just a few more minutes. We'll be here. And then also we will be letting you all know when those little mini sessions will be scheduled with Julie, and that'll be something you can sign up for. And so we'll get you connected with her as well. So be sure that if you're not on our email list, okay, then you want to definitely sign up. You can still use the link from today. So sign up for ET Talks, and then everything ET Talk related, you will get an email about that as a reminder. So okay.
Welcome, Jacob. It's nice to see you again.
Hi, Jacob.
Hello. How's it going, everybody? Good to see you
Good.
again.
Yes.
Yes.
Now you're in what? Where are you? Are you
I'm
New
in
York?
Rochester, New York,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
a small city
Mhm.
close to Canada, not
Yeah.
far from you, Julie.
Pretty up
Um,
there right
nice.
now.
Yeah, it's starting to, we just got a little bit of snow
Oh.
yesterday. Yep.
Oh, we
Yep.
got 3 inches 2 days
Let's
ago.
hope you keep it up there.
Yeah, right.
Get it.
Oh,
It's
wait.
Stay
so,
up
I
there.
feel like it's so early for snow.
It
Yeah.
Yes.
It's 68 in Tampa. So
Oh,
I know.
come
It's
on.
been below freezing in South Carolina, so this is kind of weird for us.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
But we'll be
well,
back to 80 pretty quick.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
we're
sure
gonna
we'll get a
Come
few
down
more.
there in December.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
Jake,
so-
do you have any questions that you want to ask or?
Well, I just wanted to share that I've had ET since I was 8 years old, and I was diagnosed around 12 or 13. And when I was diagnosed, all they told me was, well, you have essential tremors, not much you can do besides maybe a surgery or take medication, which have side effects. And up until I was about I'm 36 now. Up until I was about my late 20s, my tremor was pretty stable for the most part until within a 2-year period, a few traumatic events happened to me, and lots of excess stress from school and work and family. But I got in a car accident, and then I got sick with, I was studying abroad, and I got sick with it's similar to malaria. It's called dengue fever.
Oh my.
And so after these events, my tremors got really, really bad, like out of control. And it caused me to have to drop out of school. I had to quit my job. I pretty much couldn't do anything. My body just quit on me. And that's when I started practicing yoga. I found yoga and meditation, and I was forced to just change my whole life, change my lifestyle, change everything that I was doing. And um um I'm so excited to like hear other people talking about like things that we can do on a daily basis to help ourselves. Yes,
Yep.
medication can help and surgeries could help, but I've over the past 6 years, I have become obsessed with learning about things that we can do on a daily basis to help reduce stress and help to manage stress. And I've found that that is the key for me, one thing that we know for sure with ET is stress makes our tremors worse.
Oh,
That's the
yeah.
one thing we know for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So that's like what I focus on. If I manage my stress well, I can manage my symptoms. And yoga, I've practiced Tai Chi a little bit, and I've just everything you guys have been talking about like the nervous system, and um, that's what I really look at is like when you have lots of stress in your life, the threshold for the threshold comes down for how easy it is for that fight or flight reflex to be triggered.
Mm-hmm.
You can just like when you're really stressed, you just go there really quickly and you have that response. And so things like Tai Chi, any of these like meditative practices can help to regulate that response. And
Yes.
so I'm so happy to like hear like
Yes.
a foundation and a doctor talking about things like this. Like I'm so excited.
Jacob,
Thank you.
picture me standing up.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes,
No,
thank
that's
you,
awesome.
Jacob. And yes, spread the word on that because it's so simple. It doesn't take a lot of time and you don't need any props. You don't need to, it's 5 minutes really with the Tai Chi. If it relaxes the whole body and the mind and
Yep.
connects us to our center. And it really takes very little time, a few minutes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's essential to that reflex that we have with the stress. So we're just taking we're playing with our nervous system. We're kind of manipulating a little bit to let it rest, right? To
Yeah.
let the whole body and mind rest.
And that's you're so right. Like you don't need a lot of time. You don't need to spend an hour doing it. You could do it for a few minutes. The key is to do it consistently.
It's a
And
concept. It's a lifestyle.
mhm,
Mm-hmm.
yep.
So with the things that I teach, the Tai Chi, even the laughter, it becomes a practice. It becomes, so you like, I laugh in the shower. Now, when I put the water on, it starts stimulating my laughter because I know I'm going to laugh in the shower. So it's just something that you keep feeding it, right? I know it's
Yeah.
absurd.
No,
It's
it's
totally absurd,
great.
but it works. So anything that is, you don't have to commit. You don't have to have a gym membership. You don't have to do this with it. You just integrate it into your daily life. The pencil
Yeah,
going to the coffee maker, right?
absolutely.
Just consider it and try it, right? And then your body reacts. The mind wants to go there.
Some people
These
sing in the shower. Julie laughs.
Yeah, well, I was a dancer, not a singer, so maybe that's why.
That's great. That's awesome.
and that's like
Love it.
practices like this give you like so many tools that you can pull on depending on like what type of day you're having. You can just pull it out for a few minutes, pull that one move out for 2 minutes to kind of deal with this stress, this tight back or whatever you got going on. And a lot of times I only practice for a few minutes, but I practice almost every day. I'm at work and I have a little yoga mat right here.
Great.
So,
That's amazing. That's
And
amazing.
I was going to say that too. You know, the thing is, if you feel that anxiety starting to well up,
Mhm.
stop and maybe do Tai Chi or something, one of your exercises for 5 minutes and get rid of the stress. Because
Yeah.
the more you tremor, the more stress you get.
Yeah, and movement is a wonderful thing to do with anxiety. It's actually a well-known strategy to begin because what's going on is inside, like everything, like your nervous system essentially is on end, right? It's like wanting to do something. So if you give it something to do that is healthful and directive, then you're actually satisfying your body's when you're anxious, your body is telling you it needs something. Okay. Like we
Yep.
like to think, oh, anxiety, it's all that. Well, it comes out in challenging ways, but your body, when you have symptoms, it's telling you something. And it's one of the reasons why, and I'm going to get on my soapbox for like 30 seconds here. Like you can't take a pill every time you have a
Mm-mm.
symptom. Okay. Listen to your body and what is it wanting to do? And when we're feeling anxious, it really wants to move. It wants to move. So if you will add that in to your routine and teach yourself. This is what I like to teach my patients and my clients. When you're not anxious, train your brain. Okay, close your eyes and see, okay, next time I'm anxious, I'm going to go into one of these moves, right? Or I'm going to do the pen in the mouth trick when I'm anxious. And you teach yourself that when you're calm, and you'll remember to do it, and it will change your life. It will be really powerful. So
Becomes a safe space for you.
yes.
Mm,
Yes.
Yep.
It does.
It's
Well,
like
this
we
has
have,
been great.
Yeah, good discussion. Good discussion. And so yeah, emotion is lotion. I love that. That's awesome. JM, did Julie address do you have a specific question about how Tai Chi relaxes your body and mind? Or did she address that? I know she talked a little bit about it a couple minutes ago. So let us know if you have something specific that you want to ask about that so we can touch on that.
Hey, Jam.
Just
Hello.
want to say one thing about Julie. I've been working with Julie for the last 10 years, doing Tai Chi and dance and laughter yoga. And she has a very unique way of teaching Tai Chi because she incorporates dance movements as well as relaxing your body, which you do not see anywhere else in the world, I think. It's
That's
absolutely
amazing.
amazing what she does. And I'm a living example of how well I'm doing because of her.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
It's amazing.
And
And
guys,
we-
I'm so sorry, but I have got to leave. I have another appointment that I've got to run to, but thank you so much, Julie. This has been
Thank you.
wonderful. We'll
I
be
enjoyed
meeting
it.
again, I'm sure.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Bye.
Like, yeah.
I
Ju-
share.
Ju- Julie, do you have an online class?
Good question.
So not specifically. I teach a Spanish class for Parkinson's that's open internationally called Tranquilidad y Espíritu that involves all three of those aspects of Tai Chi, laughter, yoga, and dance, but it's in Spanish for the Muhammad Ali Foundation, but it's also open internationally. I don't have a technical class open for folks, but maybe I should.
Wow.
You may.
That might be something we can talk about maybe a little bit. That's great.
And we're going to have the sessions.
Yes, we will definitely be having
So
some
that'll
mini
help,
sessions.
you know.
So yeah, and maybe
So,
that can
and
grow into
if-
something.
if you want to, Jacob, if you want to look at the PMDalliance.org, I'm an
Mhm.
ambassador with them. My classes are in the archives in the library. So there's one called Moving the Chi with PD that is a demonstration of those three aspects that is archived in the library. So it's open to, so you go PMDalliance.org
Yes.
and it's there in their library.
That's how I found you.
I know, that's so cool. Yeah.
Julie, are you
Oh.
meeting with the Muhammad Ali people in Louisville, Kentucky, or where are you meeting with them?
Oh, well, no, I was just in Kentucky actually with the PMD Alliance. I was in Corbin, Kentucky, doing an
Yeah.
event with them. I'm meeting them in Phoenix. We're doing a Hispanic Leadership Conference. And so that's where the center is, these folks that I've been teaching for 3 years. So I'm going to bring on leadership ideas with the Hispanic community specifically in Phoenix. And I'm going to add on an in-person class so I can actually give these people a hug for the first time. I've never seen them in the flesh. So that'll be in
That'll be
December. Yeah.
That's cool. Well,
Yeah, right.
I'm from Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh, my whole family's from Louisville. Oh my God.
Yeah,
What
there
a
you
tiny
go.
world. Yeah,
Good
I still have
place.
family in Louisville. I love those.
Yeah.
But I was just in Corbin last month for the Kentucky Fried Chicken Festival. and PMD Alliance event that we did. So that's, I know further down Eastern Kentucky, but I have a relationship with them now, Parkinson's in Motion, and they're incredible. And the people in Lexington as well. So I'm developing a relationship with them because they need it. They don't have the resources that we have up here. So I'm building on that. But all my family's still from, my grandmother was born in she's from Louisville. Everybody, my great grandfather built the church and like history.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, I
That's
was
so
good
cool.
friends with Cassius Clay. And that's way back. You don't want to go that far back. I'm that old. But Muhammad Ali and I had lunch together at the Derby one year.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, I'm a Kentucky colonel, and we hosted lunches for people that did the Pegasus parade, and he was the grand master for the parade that year, and I had lunch with him. Really, really, really a nice man.
We have to talk, Randy, because you probably know my family.
Well, who knows? Maybe we're cousins.
I think, well, all my Kentucky, my dad has 32 cousins, and they all call me first cousin. Like if you're, your second cousins, that you're family. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that happens in the South.
I like it.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, we will be getting all, the dates out, and we'll want everybody to join us, and everything's going to be, this is just so much fun.
This is fun.
I can't wait. And I will even move. I
Yay.
will do some of the moves.
All right. Good. All right. Well, Julie, thank you. It has been an honor, a pleasure to have you here, and just thank you for your time, your generosity, and your wisdom, and sharing something that is easy for us to all do, right? Something that anybody can do. You don't need any equipment. You don't need anything. You can do this today. And we would love to hear from all of you how, as you're beginning to implement some of these strategies, how things are changing for you. So, well, thank you, everyone. And
Thank you.
guys, next time, December 16th, get that date on your calendar. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great. See you then.
Thank you.